Look at this, a little surprise to start the show. Say hey, everyone. My name's Jose. Welcome into NCAA Net Profits with myself and Conor Mac. Conor Mac, how are you?
I'm good. What's going on?
Not
Let us
much.
rock it. As we got no Dabra Cadabra today.
Yeah,
Huh?
no cab. That's what happens when you live in Texas. You have a shitty power grid. You have a shitty power grid. But shout out to Cab. It's all right. He'll if he gets his power, he might even join mid show. Who knows?
Yep. Tell him to relax. Just get the power on.
Yeah, I'm sure he's freaking out right now because he definitely hates it as much as we hate him not being it here. So let's get right into the games though, Connor, because it's a full slate of action. Got some conference championships.
We do.
Uh, and we've had some good games so far. Anything cash for you in the early slate so far?
No, I almost took Belmont in this game. I didn't get a 3, so I stayed off. They're down right now. What? I don't know. I'm just looking at 61-54. But I did take Monmouth, but I didn't think they'd win. I didn't think they'd win by 35. I thought they could win
Sheesh.
the game. Yeah,
Yeah.
they just destroyed Hampton. So, yeah, it's a good start to the day. And not only Belmont, Upstate was a look. I wanted a couple more points. We've been riding them a lot of the year. They came through against Gardner Webb. I thought G Webb was the better team, but that number was right on, and they beat him 77-76, 1 point win.
Beautiful. So it's been a good day so far for you. I like it. I love it. By the way, shout out to everyone watching as always. Of course, Mr. Always Profit, Justin McElvey, G. Martinez, Ron Lofton, Dram, Yankee, Great and Grind, Swiss Horton, little Wine Time Sports, who I always see tweeting about the Lakers, and I just kind of laugh at this point now. But shout out to you, Wine Time.
Hey, Lakers are turning it around. Lakers going to win tonight.
Yeah, we'll see about that. Shout out to G
Get it,
Martinez
Wayne
as
Time.
well. He remembers the VCU pick from last week, first half casher. Didn't even watch the game. That's how I wasn't worried about it. So it's gonna be a fun episode. Let's get right into it. Toledo versus Ball State. Shout out to my friend Balls Nate. Actually, is what I call him. Nate Atkins, football coach over there at Ball State. Very fun, interesting game here, Connor. We always associate this as a fun, like a Tuesday night MAC game where the weather's just shit. And you get a low total here. What is the college basketball version of this battle like?
Well, Toledo's been rolling. This team just hasn't lost in 12 straight games, and they keep beating that ass. Here's the deal, though, with Ball State. They've kind of hit the shits. They've lost 3 of 4. Toledo, on the other hand, they've struggled with this Ball State team. I was on Ball State earlier this year. They lost to them last year. They want a little revenge. The problem is this opened 2, 2.5. This is 4. One thing I've been impressed with in the past with Toledo, I couldn't count on them on the road and laying a number, and it still scares me here. You know what I mean? But to me, the pick in this one is Toledo. And even with this total, it's extremely high Toledo game. It might get over. I'm not going to mess with it. But to me, this is Toledo or pass.
All right, Toledo or pass for Connor here. Let's move on to Dayton, St. Louis. Connor, a question to start off this segment here about St. Louis. Does Travis Ford still coach St. Louis?
Yeah, I believe so. But I have no idea who they're coaching now.
Oh my gosh. I mean, Travis Ford was there at Oklahoma State when I was there, got fired promptly. So if he's still coaching
No, I
St.
think
Louis,
I got to look it up.
because St. Louis, I do not think is just a good basketball program. And we obviously had that one magical year with Dayton, and then COVID came and wiped them out for them. Shout out to Obi Toppin here. 1-point favorite here, Connor, on the road as well, because this is not even a conference game. We'll get to those conference matchups here soon. But Dayton on the road, 1-point favorite. What do you think?
To me, this is St. Louis play. I think they're a lot better here at home. I haven't been able to trust Dayton. Early on, they went on the road and were able to get some wins, but those were against shitty competition. I still don't trust this team to score at all in Dayton. I just don't love the toughness of St. Louis. I know they just got a win here. I looked at this game a ton. I don't really want it. I'd be on St. Louis if I were to bet it, though. St. Louis has just dealt with a bunch of injuries, and the consistency with them has just been back. I can't figure them out. They're here at home. I think they get the win. That's what I'd look at. But flip it, St. Louis more of an over team, Dayton an under team. I'd lean to this under. I took a look at this as well. I think he'd be on this under 137.
Rick J369 liking St. Louis and nothing. Picks from Dave. Shout out to you. Putting the Billikens out there. Great mascot name. And he says, Rick J saying they play better defense at home as well. So
They do.
shout out to the Billikens there. Akron, Kent State. Some more Mac action. Connor, I don't think it's a surprise. Your name is Conor Mac. You put a bunch of Mac games on here. I'm picking up what you're putting down now. I'm starting to see the trend you're doing here. Kent State, Akron. What do you think about this game?
No, it wasn't on purpose, Jose. Come on now. We had to get some of these games going, and I didn't know Cab was here. I was trying to be light to his workload. But anyways, I like Kent State. The problem is this line's come by for 5-4. Kent State's undefeated at home. Akron's been slipping a little bit. They bounced back with 2 wins. These teams just are close. Tough defenses, close game. I'd lean under. The finale, though, I want to take Kent State. I want to lay the 4. I really do. This one's hanging on me here, Jose, with if I'm going to play it or not.
Okay, well, it's a very interesting matchup. Again, I just see these teams and I just picture a snowy, just shit bum game with like 50 points scored.
Yes.
That's what I imagine. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun watching this game. Let's move on to Cal Baptist versus Sioux, as the kids call it. Southern Utah here. Shout out to Cal Baptist, because whenever I think of these California schools, I always think of Nuttflush Allen and all of our West Coast cappers. So shout out to them as well here. I'll say it. I'm leaning towards Cal Baptist here, Connor. What do you think?
So am I. They play Southern Utah well, and Southern Utah has been good for me all year. Bit me in the ass the other day. Grand Canyon had been shitty on the road, went in there and played their best probably the last 6 minutes I've seen watching that game. That was a close game in the last 10 minutes. And that's all year. Southern Utah's been better in the second half. They just folded and they lost. So Cal Baptist, one thing, they play them tough. They have the better defense. The thing is, Southern Utah is so good. This team, top in the country, scoring it. They're good at home. I believe they're 12-2 at home. I think the number's right there. All the money here, Southern Utah, open at 7. It's bit back to 6.5. It's stuck here because I could see it go either way. So I'm going to stay off. But if I had a free bet, I'd maybe lean the points with Baptist, who's played them tough. Okay. Here, let me look. Earlier, head-to-head, I believe they beat them. No, Southern Utah, a little revenge won February 1st, 72-71 at Cal Baptist. Little revenge. So, yeah, the points I'm looking at with Baptist.
All right. I wrote that game down, so we might come back to that here in Best Bets as well. Who knows?
Beautiful.
Next game, Murray State versus Drake. I don't have a good Drake impression for you guys, unfortunately, but an 11-point favorite here for Murray or for Drake here. And this is the beginning of our conference championship swing here. This is the MVC quarterfinals. How about it, Connor? MVC quarterfinals, and are we really going to take an 11-point favorite? I don't know. I don't think so, Connor. What do you think?
You're not a Drake guy?
Drake?
You seem like,
no,
yeah.
I mean, I don't listen to music, so that's all so I'm a weirdo, unfortunately, Connor.
Yeah, come on. Drake, real gangster type rapper from Toronto. Let's roll. I was surprised Murray State. I didn't bet that game yesterday, and there was a lot of love with Valpo, and they just pulled out of Valpo. But this is the problem with Murray State. 2 months ago or so, I was taking them. They were covering numbers the defense was playing. That's why I was shocked. That's just how bad Valpo is last night. Couldn't hit a shot because this Murray State defense has gone to shit. I'd like to back them catching 11 points here, Jose. I don't trust them. Even on a neutral floor, I do not trust them. I've been burned by them, especially on the road. I know this is a neutral here in Mo Valley, but I can't do it. I think Drake wins this game. I think you look at them. I don't really trust Drake. I guess maybe you could look at Drake first half. But yeah, Murray State, I don't know if they can do it back-to-back nights here. I think they're gone.
Real question is, Connor, important question here from one Lucas Ryan. This is a game. Would you go to this game, Connor? Should you just go to this game?
I would go to this game. Yeah.
Oh. All right. There you go. Lucas Ryan. Go to the game. Maybe have.
I mean, how far is Lucas? You know, if it's like an hour, if it's like an hour drive, maybe stay home. I mean, if you're close by, maybe go to it.
Okay, there you go.
Tickets can't be that expensive to this, too, right?
No,
it's probably
right. No way. I mean, how much do you pay to go to this game? I'm paying $30 maximum.
Oh yeah, and the thing too, like if you go early, you go to all the games. Or now they split the sessions in afternoon, evening, like 2 games. You know what I mean? Because you could go the morning and watch all 4 games all day long. You know, here at the MAC.
I will admittedly, I'm hoping to do that for the Baseball World Classic. Just go to the early game and I'll just, hide out in the bathroom for the late game. It's whatever. I'll figure it out. It'll be a lot of fun. So let's next game on our
in
slate.
The bathroom.
Just sitting there, passing the time. Whatever, it's fine. Missouri State, Southern Illinois here. The Salukis? Are these the Salukis here we're talking here, Connor? Everyone loves talking about a little Southern Illinois here and the other side of the MVC quarterfinals. It took me a second to find the Salukis here. Admittedly, Missouri State is on my radar just because of their football program, always just getting smacked by Oklahoma State as their second game of the week, or the year, I should say. So ultimately, I like Southern Illinois just because I like their mascot, Connor. So give us that sweet, sweet analysis because mine's not any good.
The Salukis. Been pretty good this year, better than I thought, and they ride it on their defense. Both these teams, we got total 121. I don't know if it gets past this 121. Heroes 8. One thing, this total's not moving, but in the tournament, like yesterday, they're crashing all these totals. They've been overs. They've gone because historically this tournament's, always an under. Both these teams, man, it's paint dry. It's tough to watch these two play offense. The problem is, I think they beat that ass by 20 points at home just February 5th. And earlier they went on the road and won by 4. I just don't want the 3 points. I think if you like Southern Illinois, you take a money line. Here they just get the win. I would not lay 3 points with a team that shoots it like this. This should just be slow rock fight. It could still get under this number for sure. This 121, 120.
All right, there we go. Lucas Ryan, by the way, he's getting this game too. So if he goes to the first game, he gets the 6th game. So I think this is definitely a nice day for Lucas Ryan.
Definitely. And this won't be like a highlight, but you'll see good basketball. Fundamentals, defense, good passing.
Chest pass.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
There'll be turnovers, though. I mean, it'll be one of those type games. The 3 points in Missouri State, they won yesterday. I don't know. I take the 3 if I like that. If I like Southern Illinois, maybe they pull it out. Or bet this live. I want to talk about that, too. I don't know if we touched on it enough yesterday. You can watch these games, and shout out to Lucas. If you're there, really bet on it. You're watching it. But on TV, take them live because the swings that we see, from half to half. So maybe that's a game like this. You don't need to bet, pre-game, pre-flop.
There you go. So then, and Lucas, obviously, I'm sure you can literally see the action faster than your app refreshes as well. So, hey, you have to go, Lucas. This is what we decided. And even if the first game shit, just get loaded through the first game and enjoy the second game. And that's what happens. It's going to be a lot of fun for you. So shout out to you. By the way, if anyone's interested in some live betting now, the Citadel are down casual 11-1 to start their game right now. Casual 11-1. So, and by the way, Indiana State 65-69 over Belmont right now. We talked about that earlier, Connor. So there's your little update there.
That game, flying points. It looks like it's going to fly easy over.
Points. Where there's not going to be points in my head, Connor. VMI Chattanooga. Chattanooga is a tournament stalwart in my head, Connor. They are penciled in every year at the 16 seed. They're just there. They're in the play-in game, the 16 seed. And when you're playing VMI, VMI is just not a good athletics program. I have been to the campus of VMI. I have seen with my own eyes the people of VMI. Fun fact, Connor, my wrestling career, my illustrious wrestling career started there. Want to know at VMI's campus. Want to know. That's all that matters.
Wow. Who's
So
that? What's the name of that guy?
I don't know, but I called him out to wrestle him. I told my coach, I want that guy. And my coach said, all right, bet. And I got him, pinned his ass.
Wow. To know who that guy is. He got beat by Jose. Holy shit. And what was your record?
2-14. Tell your friends.
2-14.
Tell your friends,
Beautiful.
please. No, and I also wanted to establish that I won the first one, and then I wrapped off a casual 0-9 in a tournament. So just let's put that out there. Let's just put that out there. But I'm glad we've gotten into this, Connor. Chattanooga VMI. What do you think?
I gotta give a shout out to our guy Lucas with the Pub Sports gifted membership. Thank you, my man. Appreciate it.
Lucas.
Don Play, who got it. Become a green man up in here. Picks from Dave, our guy, said his name was Carla. Confirm that?
No, but I can't confirm that I almost wrestled a woman, and I also can't confirm she would have destroyed me. She would have just beat my ass. I'm glad I didn't. I wrestled someone else who also beat my ass. So,
all right, let's get to this. Chattanooga's way better here. This number, though, is big. I mentioned it with Murray State. Can we trust VMI? Because they would step up. Like, they beat Wofford. There were some games where they'll hang within the number throughout the year, and they dealt with a lot. And they're not very good, the key debts, especially this year. This one's, I think there's points in. I like the one we're going to talk to next a little bit more. But there should be points here. It's just whether it gets over this number. And, man, now it's 13.5. Chattanooga wins. Do they win by margin? I don't know. So, I'm off.
All right, we're off this game, man. You know, I might do some research just to bet a VMI team total under because I know this team sucks. There's no way VMI basketball is good. Next game on our slate, North Dakota, Denver. This is a hockey game. This is essentially an NCAA hockey game in my head as well, Connor. I was shocked to see this on our slate here, but they play basketball up there. It's surprising to see, I know, but the Summer League first round is a big deal, Connor. It is a big deal. What do you think here? 1-point favorites for what is interesting enough, the 12-19 North Dakota team over a 15-16 Denver team, 1-point favorite. Interesting.
Yeah, I'm not going to mess with the side here. I'm going to take the over. I think this gets over the number in this one. A lot of tournament games like unders, but not here. These two teams get together. I think they both get at least one's in the 80s, one's in the 70s. That's for sure. They both might get in the 80s. So as long as I saw the 49 here, was it 150? I'm on the over. North Dakota, Denver. I think we see points.
The over.
Both teams like 19-11. I forget 19-9, 19-10 to the over. We see points here. I'm on the over.
All right. The over there. Next one, Nebraska, Omaha versus UMKC. You could tell me both of these schools are fake, Connor. These are the most fake schools that are out there. I love it that they're just college basketball teams. They both kind of stink, but we need to decide who advances out of the Summit League first round. Who's it going to be, Connor? Nebraska, Omaha, or UMKC here?
Wow, a couple of losers here, Jose. Yeah. A couple of bums in a bum fight. But I'd have to go UMKC. I think in the end, they're just a little bit better. I think they win this game. I might bet this too. I want to look at it a tad bit more. But, I mean, it's tough to back either of these teams. They've lost 7 of 8, 8 of 9. Nebraska, Omaha. And KC hasn't been any better. They're a little bit better, and I think they're the better team. I think you take KMC here.
So these are the rejects of the kids that don't go to Nebraska and they don't go to Missouri. This makes a whole lot of sense.
Oh, yeah. And they don't play any defense. And I think UMKC is a little bit better defensively. I mean, it's tough, though, you know.
Okay, Galactic
You're
High, by the
picking
way.
like from bad or who's like,
Yeah. I mean, 8-22 Nebraska, Omaha, or 11-20 UMKC. Go nuts. And again, this is another matchup. The team that has the worst record favored by 1.5 there. So very
give me the
interesting.
ruse if you had to bet it.
Connor, a quick question from Jalen. Belmont right now, plus 2.5 live. Any thoughts?
I'm not watching it, so it's hard for
No.
me to give it. I liked them originally 3. I didn't get the 3. I saw 2.5, so I stayed off. So I mean, you're right there.
Okay. There you go. So there's your
I think it gets close. I mean, it obviously is close. So if I had to bet it, I'd take it.
It is a 3-point game right now with 7 minutes left in the second half. So keeping our eyes peeled there. It looks like it's going to be a fun game to watch after this show. So stick around and we'll get you to the end of it. Next game, Southeast Missouri State versus Morehead State. Now, I have a fond fascination of Morehead State. Shout out to the Hawks. And of course, and I love this, Connor. This is how we're going downhill, Connor. I'm getting older by the day, as we say. And this isn't my college basketball anymore. This is the OVC Championship semifinal presented by United Family Bank. So the whole conference tournament, they got this little plug in there. I'm glad they did. I like Morehead State here, Connor. What do you think?
I don't. I like the other side here. If I were to bet it, I'm not betting this game, but I would take the 4. Morehead might be a little bit better, but here I want these points because I think this game's close. They play close games. It seems like every time they get together. They did win by 6. SEMO won by 5 before that. They're usually close. A couple OT games. I don't really see a team. Seeing it yesterday, it's like some of these teams that are pretty equal, you think maybe that they're just hot and they're laying 4 or 5 in a tournament neutral we're getting this time of year. Unless I really like them, I don't want them. I'd rather have the points.
Okay, beautiful there. By the way, I did just randomly click and see how much money would it cost to get you to go to Cal Baptist Southern Utah? $8. I'd be there in a heartbeat. Come on.
It's good basketball.
It's good basketball right there.
I've been to Southern Utah games.
Come on, there we go.
Years ago, but they're good. I'm an old man.
Were you just there for in Utah?
No.
Okay. Oh, interesting. Connor, a man of many mysteries. I want to peel back the onion that is Connor Mac. And by the way, you can do that at Pubapalooza. Will be a whole lot of fun. Me and Connor, golf buddies.
Me and Jose.
Par 3. There we go. Going to be a lot of fun. Come down and it'll be watch us play in the par 3 as well. It'll be fun. It'll be a fun time. Let's talk about UT Martin, Tennessee Tech here. Tennessee Tech, the other side of this OVC semifinal here. Again, presented by United Fidelity Bank. Need to put that in there. I kind of surprised that UT Martin's good at basketball, I'll be honest. So give me Tennessee Tech here, Connor. What do you think?
I didn't have anything in this game. This was a dead pass for me. That last game, too, the neutral just gets it for me. But that the SEMO Morehead, these teams, Morehead has the better defense. I get why you want to back them, but I'd lean over a little bit. I just don't love the number, and it's come down a little bit. But usually there's points, and SEMO is an over team. I don't want it here. I don't want Martin. I don't want UT Martin. I don't want Tennessee Tech. I don't want either of these teams. Who the hell are they? They're somewhere in Tennessee. I don't want them.
Oh, I guess UT Martin is in Tennessee, huh? I was thinking of Texas.
I don't know, maybe.
No, you're probably right. A little in-state rivalry. Come on, get it in there. It's a rivalry. Chant for a spot in championship game. It's gonna be fun. By the way, Shogun Soup asking a great question. How do you become a member? If you're on your phone, click the link in the description. You'll see it. And if you're on your computer, scroll down. You'll see a little join button. Click that, and you're becoming a member of the Pub Club today. It's gonna be fun. And T-Mac, Pubapalooza comes soon. Cannot wait. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. And you can watch some Pubapalooza 1 stuff right now on our YouTube. Next, Portland BYU. Portland's a fun school, man. I will admit I do have a soft spot for Portland, and it's just because the only way they exist is in this way. It was just talking about them in like basketball gambling forums or whatever. And I never watched them play basketball. They're always a good bet, seemingly. And they always compete, but BYU is a solid team, and it's kind of weird having them playing Pacific here or Portland, excuse me, especially in the West Coast tournament. But let's see it here. I want to see Portland do something here, but I don't know. Connor, what do you think?
I'd like to see it too. They were the darlings for us last year. This team seemed to cover everything. Started out good, and I've really just stayed off since. I couldn't take them yesterday, even laying those points, and I can't take them here as a dog. I just can't do it. I would need more than 6.5. I'd lean BYU. It's just if you want to do it, on this neutral floor, I think BYU is better. Get the win. Portland's defense is not good. After that win, before that though, I'd lost, 4 or 5 straight. And early on, they were playing against teams before they had all the slew of injuries with all their best 3 or 4 players out. I can't take them. So BYU or pass.
BYU or pass there. Nasty Nate's going to be here in 19 days as well. Shout out to Nasty Nate. Preston Ekdahl will also be here as well. Some Mars pizza. Very, very good pizza. Weird decor, but very good pizza as well. And Nunya asking a great question, Connor. We get to go back to UT Martin real quick. What's the cap with the SIU Edwardsville player just socking the UT Martin player right in the face? Dude didn't move an inch either. Just went straight forward as well. Wild times in college basketball.
Wild.
All right. Shout to Noli Knows as well. Appreciate you for watching. Let's talk Pacific San Francisco. Bill Russell's college. Shout out to my man Bill Russell. Maybe they're playing for a little bit for Bill. Second round of the West Coast tournament here, West Coast Conference tournament. 9-point favorite. Come on. Bill Russell's magic powers on this, sprinkling it over. I don't know. Shout out to my guy, Bill. Pacific, a solid squad, but I don't think they get it done here, Connor. What do you think?
I don't think they get it done either. I think San Francisco is the play. I've been able to figure out Pacific. I think Babano was on maybe the Pepperdine. I know some people liked that, and maybe look mine, and they lost. And I was worried they didn't hit any shots. Pacific beat them 3 times, all 3. But I don't want them here. It's not that I'm rushing to San Francisco in this one. I'd look under. That game went under last night. Pacific plays a little bit of defense, so I just don't love it though. I'd lean under.
Under
the Dons
for this game. The Dons.
Favorite's been good between these two. You just got to lay the 10 here.
San Francisco should change their nickname to the Bills. It'll be
the Bills.
Be better for Russell.
Why?
Yeah, the Russells. I don't know. I like the Bills.
The Russells. No, there's already a Bills. The Russells.
The Russells? Yeah.
The Bill Russells.
There we go. Hey, perfect. Done.
Bingo.
Problem solved. Campbell Longwood here. I always like calling him Campbell just because that's how it looks like, and it's very fun to me. Shout out to Campbell. These are the 2 added board games, I believe, Connor here. So I love the dumpster diving deep into the college basketball slate when we love talking.
This is Big South. Bojangles.
Buddy, I would
Jangles.
I would kill a homeless person for some Bojangles. Let's be honest. I want some Bojangles immediately. It'd be a great time.
You would kill a homeless person? You just say that?
Yeah, for some Bojangles, of course.
Damn.
I would actually do it to grow a couple inches, to be honest. If I could be 6 foot, then we can have a discussion then. But I want some Bojangles is the point of that conversation as well. Connor, what do you think about Longwood Campbell?
Oh man, Longwood here is the better team, and they've taken care of Campbell. But I've been on Campbell a ton lately. And the other day, laying points, they didn't get it done. But I think them catching points after kind of getting beat up by this team, I think they can hang around in this game. I've been impressed the last month how they played. Longwood's still the better team here. But at Bojangles in Charlotte, full game,
Man.
I like Campbell.
Ugh, I cannot wait. Shout out to Preston. Remind me they're opening a Bojangles. Shout out to my guy, Jordan Clarkson. Good job, Jordan Clarkson, bringing that Bojangles here. We needed it. G. Martinez saying, I
Does
like
he own
Longwood.
it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was the guy that was like, yeah, I'm putting a Bojangles in San Antonio. Why? I don't know. But
Is he from there?
I think he was actually, or is. I don't know. You know what, Connor? These are just the random thoughts that come out of my head. You can fact check them true or not, but they're true in my head. So that's the thing. And by the way, Markel says, I seem like I'm 5'3". I feel like I'm 5'3" around everyone else because everyone else is like 6 foot and I'm fucking 5'8", 5'9" on a good day. And these fucking guys are all taller than me. It fucking kills me. It kills me.
It'll be all right, Jose.
Yeah, we'll see. Winthrop, Radford here. Well, I'm taller than Dutch. At least there's that. Winthrop, Radford here. The last game on our slate here. Shout out to Radford. If I would have stayed in Virginia, I would have probably likely would have went to Radford too. Party school, great time.
Radford?
Radford, yeah. Shout out to Virginia. Or actually, probably it would have been Radford or JMU.
Wow, I didn't think of that. Top party schools, Radford.
Yeah, 100%.
Wow.
Yes, people from Radford get fucking nutty.
Shout out to Radford then. All right.
Yeah, shout out Radford. But any thoughts here on this game, Connor?
I want Radford. See what these small schools is laying the points with them. You know, just what I was talking about. You know, when I flipped with Campbell laying points. Radford. I think it was last week on Jimmy's show they were laying points. And didn't get it done against Asheville. And I thought Asheville was the better team. The problem is here, I think Radford's better than Winthrop. This Winthrop team, though, they've had some games this year where they just shown up and you're like, what is this team? And beating teams, and you're like, but other than that, I think they're low level and they're not very good this year, is Winthrop. And I can't really figure them out. So maybe this is one too. If you don't want to lay the 3, just take Radford money line. Because I think they're better.
Radford, there we go. I cannot wait for
good defense team. I like Radford. I was surprised. This is the best Radford team in a minute, Jose.
Good. They made the tournament recently as well.
Yeah.
At least sometime, it's fine. And by the way, I think there's nothing that makes me happier, Connor, than just saying that I'm taller than Dutch. It's nothing that warms my heart more, and it makes me feel really good, and it's great. So shout out to Dutch, and shout out to this college basketball slate, Connor.
Yeah, look at the 3-point win. That was just a team. They just don't win by margin, so it's just tough. So you just want to lay it with Radford. Tough.
Yes, we're gonna get into best bets here as well. 1-0 in my last one.
Beautiful
bets in college basketball. So stay tuned for that on the other side of our messages from our sponsors at Manscaped and Southtown 101. Shout out to Manscaped and Southtown 101 as always for sponsoring the show. I know you sick fucks don't use the same razor for your face and balls. I know you don't because you use promo code PubSports. You get a discount at our friends at Manscaped. It's great. Don't get it wet. It's just a recommendation, some personal advice. It's a whole lot of fun. Shout out to them and Southtown 101, home of Pub Sports Radio. And, of course, again, I'll keep plugging it because we're going to be there very soon. Pubapalooza 2, March 24th through the 26th. The par 3, we playing some poker. There's also a slap contest at Diamond Show Club, which, that's a little low key for the late night fiends on Friday. Connor, I'm also getting a tattoo on that Friday with Nasty Nate as well. So there's your fun fact.
What's the tattoo?
I'm getting a Red Sox tattoo. It's a Fenway Park outline. So I'm a cornball.
First tattoo.
First tattoo, yeah. My mom is very anti-tattoos. I told her, and she said to make sure I get a video of me crying. So it'll be very fun for that.
You already got it all picked out and everything?
I do, yeah. I mean, I don't know how I go about all these things. I already made an appointment and everything. It's very interesting. Very interesting. So, yeah. And
you're going to need it. The Red Sox suck.
Yeah. It's going to make me feel really good when I look down on my arm. Like, oh, there's Fenway Park. Oh, the Red Sox. There they go. Losing again to the Orioles. And by the way, speaking of sucking, Mercer, the Citadel, a casual 23-4. 23-4 start. So the Citadel, just as they're not good in football, not good in basketball either. And by the way, Belmont,
that Indiana, is pathetic. Is there really 3 minutes left? Yeah.
Six now. So they've got 2 minutes and 10 seconds. So that's great. And
I thought Old Dominion was bad last night, but Citadel might beat them.
Yeah. They let anyone into this. They let anyone into Old Dominion. So shout out to Old Dominion. Let's get into it, Connor. I know I have a friend that goes to Old Dominion or went to Old Dominion, so that's why I say that. And he is the dumbest person I know. But Connor, I'll let you start it off.
Yep.
Best bets here. Cook it.
I gave it out. North Dakota, Denver, over 149. I think we get points in that game. And let me rip through the others. Campbell, I think I'm going to be on. I want a 7 there. I don't think I can get it. Hold on. No, there's 6.5. I'm going to wait. That game's about to tip, though. I don't know if I end up being on it. And late night special with Cal Baptist. I'm going to wait on that as well. There are 7s, a couple now. So it intrigues me a little bit. But I'm worried because Southern Utah's bounced back after they kind of had a road game slip up against Grand Canyon. They're so good at home. But do they cover the number in that one? That's it.
All right. Connor laying it down there. Now for me, which obviously is what everyone's here for my lovely best bet here. I'm going to go with Cal Baptist, as we mentioned earlier today, plus
take
6.5.
They got it.
Take the 7.
We'll give you a 7. There's a couple 7s out there.
We'll take the 7 then. We'll take the 7.
The 7.
Full game there. I love me some Cal Baptist today. Shout out to Noli Nose and the Nut Flushes and all the West Coast cappers out there.
I love it.
Parl Angel has a question, though, before we head out. He's been asking about the New Mexico game. We guess we have to oblige. He's a member, so we have to oblige the man. New Mexico versus Colorado State. Do you have anything on this one, Connor? Minus 2.5 for the Lobos, I believe.
Not now. I did like the over, but it's 156 now. That's getting up there, but I do think there's points. And a Colorado State team that scored some ugly. I think they just went to San Jose and scored like 45 or something like that. I have to look it up. But they should get up and down. They are better at home. They've just been shorthanded. They don't have a bench. Stevens is like their only player to go off. And this move from 1 to 3, there's 2.5, 2.5 and 3s. New Mexico, I can't trust them that much on the road, so I'm off. Points and more points. New Mexico.
There you go. So shout out to you guys for asking. Shogun, that's funny that you had someone that at ODU last year as well. Well, cousin Austin Trice. There we go. I can speak English. But Connor, it's always a fun time when we can do these Friday shows together. Now 2 Friday shows in the book. And the party does not stop. You've got shows tomorrow and next 2 Sundays, shows on Sundays.
Sunday editions.
It's going to be fun. Maybe we'll even do something for Selection Sunday. I'd like to see maybe your first initial reaction to the live watch along, whatever we do there. Be a whole lot of fun. So just remember, we're back again tomorrow morning. Cab, hopefully with his power back on. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know whose power grid is worse. Someone mentioned this in the chat. Puerto Rico's or ours. Who knows? Who knows? We have to figure that out one day at a time and one dabby cab at a time. And don't forget as well, Bobano, the hair, the slick back hair, slick back Willie, as some people call him.
Slick back Willie.
Yeah, I've seen that in the chat as well. Yep. Yeah. Well, yeah. Fuck Pat Riley. I can't stand that guy. He's a Celtics killer. Celtics killer, Pat Riley. But it's a whole lot of fun. Conor Mac. Before we get out of here, when's the next time we see you? Obviously, you're going to be on the live stream tomorrow morning. You're going to be on the horses?
Yeah, I'll jump on the afternoon. We got to get through the college basketball morning. My Saturday mornings are early. I'm up at 4:00. So
yeah, that's the grind. That's the Conor Mac grind. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. And again,
yeah, we're doing a show. I don't know what's we're doing a show on Sunday, Mark.
Yes.
Last year, the last couple of years, we did one, and me and Mabano came on. And we talked about the seeding. Like, we'll figure it out. We'll let you know.
Yes, there will be a show. It'll be fun. Like I said, I would like to see live reactions to these tournament brackets. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. But I had something in my head, and I already completely forgot it as well. Oh, I just remembered. We're doing a March Madness bracket contest on our website, on Pub Sports Radio website. Jimmy mentioned it earlier this morning. It's going to be $50 to enter. And here's the catch. $50 to enter, but only the top 3 people will get paid out. And all the money from your entries will go straight back into those top 3. So obviously, the more people that join, the higher the prize pool, et cetera, et cetera. Top 3 enter. And if you've been watching this show, I'm sure that you can fill out a hell of a bracket. So pubsportsradio.com, visit the website for all that, and it's going to be a whole lot of fun. Can't wait to do it. Connor, are you good at brackets typically?
Yeah, I've had some years where I've done well.
Yeah, I could figure. I figured. All right, that's Conor Mac. My name is Jose Bouquet. Thanks, everyone, for watching. We'll be back again mañana. Till then,
peace.
how about a whippy bubba?